What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 14. Top DFS picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for this week's NFL slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, NFL Week 14. Let's take a look at the quarterback position. So my top DFS pick at the quarterback position is Kirk Cousins from the Minnesota Vikings, playing the Detroit Lions, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins has averaged 16.9 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 2.1 rush attempts per game. He's projected at 17.2 fantasy points here in Week 14, and he's 6,100 DraftKings salary, 1,400 more on FanDuel. And I like this pick because Vegas thinks there's going to be 53.5 points scored in this game, with the Vikings trailing by 1. So Kirk Cousins has scored 12 and 23 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He got 3 and 1 rush attempts in those games. So fantastic matchup, high scoring game. His price tag is still low. So I like Kirk Cousins here versus the Detroit Lions. Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. So my top DFS pick at the running back position is Saquon Barkley from the New York Giants, playing the Philadelphia Eagles, who have a good defense overall, but they give up the 12th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Saquon Barkley has averaged 19.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 20.2 rush attempts per game and 4.3 pass targets per game. Now he's projected at 16.1 fantasy points here in Week 14, but I think he can score 19.5 fantasy points, right around his season average, and he's 8,000 DraftKings salary, only 200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, with the Giants trailing by 7. Saquon Barkley has scored 19, 15, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games, off of 18, 11, and 15 rush attempts, on top of 5, 6, and 5 pass targets. So I like Saquon Barkley here versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. My top DFS pick at the wide receiver position is Christian Kirk from the Jacksonville Jaguars, playing the Tennessee Titans, who have the 10th worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Christian Kirk has averaged 16.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 8.3 pass targets per game. He's been on the field for 89% of the snaps, projected at 15.6 fantasy points here in Week 14. He's 6,600 DraftKings salary, 1,000 more on FanDuel, Vegas thinks there's going to be 41.5 points scored in this game, with the Jaguars trailing by 3.5. So Christian Kirk has scored 19, 8, and 35 fantasy points in the last 3 games off of 8, 9, and 12 pass targets. So tons of volume. His production has been fantastic. It's a great matchup. So I like Christian Kirk here versus the Tennessee Titans.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position, I like TJ Hockenson from the Minnesota Vikings playing the Detroit Lions, who have the worst defense overall, and they give up the second most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. TJ Hockenson has averaged 12.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 6.9 pass targets per game. He's been on the field for 86% of the snaps. He's projected at 12 fantasy points here in week 14. He's $5,100 DraftKings salary, $1,400 more on FanDuel. So I like stacking up TJ Hockenson with Kirk Cousins. You're going to save some salary on these two, and I think they got monster upside. So we know Vegas thinks there's going to be 53.5 points scored in this game, with the Vikings trailing by 1, and TJ Hockenson has scored 7, 15, and 8 fantasy points in the last 3 games off of 6, 6, and 9 pass targets. So I like TJ Hockenson here versus the Detroit Lions.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.